Hi, everyone. Ann Butler here, along with my creative girlfriend and business partner, Lisa Rojas.
That's me.
We are so happy to be here. We love our Wednesdays when we just get to sit and chat with girlfriends.
Yes. Nothing better than that. Come on. I
Right.
mean, I do love to craft, but you know,
We
I
do.
I I
And we
do
love
love
to
to.
bring you craft projects and
Yeah,
all of that stuff. But
yeah.
this it's kind of special when we get to do one-on-one with another creative and you guys get to know her just a little bit. If you don't
Yes.
know her already,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly. So
So
I am.
today we are bringing in Christie Troxell. I'm going to bring her in. And there she is.
Hello.
And Christie is actually coming to us live from Germany. She is one of the few that I know. No, one of the many that I know that are at Creative World this weekend.
Oh, that's what's going on. Oh, okay. See, I didn't know. I didn't
Very
know.
exciting.
I really need to get out of my room more.
Well, I mean, Creative World. I mean,
How
Lisa
fun.
and I have both gone to CHA. I go to NAMTA. I go to H&H. I go to Quilt Market. All these things, but Creative World is like massive. Hi, David. Creative World is
Yeah, it's kind of like the Epcot of our industry, like
right. Hey,
days to
Rebecca.
travel through it. 4 million square foot conference center, 155,000 attendees, three simultaneous shows happening at the same time. So very
Yeah,
Holy
exciting.
smokes.
it is on my to-do list
That's
sometimes.
insane. I,
Yeah,
my head would blow up.
I don't even really know what I'm getting myself into. I'm very excited, but also very nervous, a little overwhelmed. But, I'm just hoping for the best. But yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
just the creative world portion of the show is 400,000 square feet by itself. So,
Wow.
yeah, it's huge. Hey, Amy. Thank you, David. I'm glad that you send it to friends. Okay,
Yeah.
so for those of you that know Christie, you're going to get to know her a little bit better. And for those of you that don't know her, you're going to find out all the fabulous things she does. Hey, Sylvia.
Sylvia.
I have known Christie 8 to 10 years,
yeah, I
maybe.
think we met in like maybe 2015, 2016, right around there.
Yeah.
It's been
Yep.
a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
We're not, we don't have to tell anybody that.
Yeah, I think so. And we met at a show through friends, which is how we meet so many of our girlfriends. And
Yes.
so we want Christie to tell you a little bit about her. She is a designer, an artist, and she wears many hats like we all do. So
Yes.
how did you get started?
So, my career started in finance and administration of all places, and I started young as like a secretary, and then a bookkeeper, and then like an analyst, and then a cash forecaster, and I worked my way up until right around my 30s. I was a corporate controller, and I was so bored, like bored to death. The repetition, the fluorescent lights, the office politics. I was like, this is not the life I was meant for. And after work, like a lot of people, I was doing all my creative stuff. I was learning techniques. I was helping friends with their weddings. I was doing birthday parties, like just really, playing with and learning all of the creative skills that eventually evolved into the career that I have now. And I think at some point after I'd had my second daughter, I had that friend. You know how you have that friend who's always like, why don't you try harder? Why don't you do something with that? Why don't you? It's almost like a challenge, right? And I'm like, nobody's going to pay for this. We all have Pinterest. Everybody can do what I'm doing. She's like, no, you really need to start a business. And she just wouldn't relent. And I finally, almost like out of spite, I was like, okay, you know what? I am going to start a business. There. I filed my articles and now I'm a business. Happy? And it was like September of that 2012. And my goal was to do 6 parties by the end of the year. And I felt that was very lofty for someone new. But I figured with the holidays, I might be able to do it. And by the end of that year, I had done 17 parties and I had a full pipeline for the following year. And I had not marketed or advertised. People were absolutely willing to pay for that. And so by word of mouth, I started really booking a lot of parties, and I learned to develop my business. I learned to kind of whittle down, like, what is my ideal client, instead of just taking any party to try to build a portfolio that no one has ever asked to see. I was building this, you know, all these pictures, and like nobody cared. All they cared about was, can you do my party? And they didn't want to see what I had already done. So I learned a lot in the first couple of years. I learned how to develop a strong no. I learned how to create boundaries around my business and policies. And, you know, like, I don't just show up for a site walk anymore unless you pay. Like, I will never lose that time again. My ideas, I have a policy around, like, if I give you ideas and you don't book, there's still a bill. So I just really learned, like, how to cultivate, you know, a business that did well for me. And then I realized that I was not getting discovered. It was like so disappointing, because I'm like, where are the brands and the, you know, the big like opportunities, and nothing. And I realized that you have to go talk about it. You have to get out there and like show up at things, and you have to be where those people are. And I also had, you know, as a solo like business person, like, I'm just working out of my house. So I didn't have colleagues. I didn't have like counterparts or people to kind of like, you know, bounce ideas off of, or, you know, check myself or anything, or learn from or grow. And so I decided to sign up for some conferences that were just in my wheelhouse of parties. And that's when I started meeting brands. And almost immediately, as I would show them some of my work, they were very interested. I was surprised that they were like, do you want to create content for us? And I said, sure. And I had no idea what I was doing. And the first set of pictures that I turned in to Oriental Trading Company, they were sent back with oh, honey, no, that's not how we do that. I had no idea how to operate a camera. I didn't know that you shouldn't have the paper towel in the picture, or that you needed to style. It was like humiliating, but luckily they were so cool with me. They sent me to a class. They worked with me until I developed enough skill and I learned how to use a camera. And soon I was creating great content for them. And then I started getting noticed by other brands as well. And it has just developed over the last like 10 or so years into what it is now, which is like creative chaos for pay.
Well, yes. It's nice when you can have fun and love your job.
Yeah.
And make a living at it.
It's true. I'm so grateful for it. And I'm so lucky. Like, I once in a while have to just pinch myself that like, that's what I'm doing today, instead of going and sitting under the fluorescent lights and reconciling a bank account that I'm actually, my desk is now covered in glitter and paper and paint and deadlines. And, you know, it's fabulous.
Yep.
I have so much fun.
It is so much better.
Meet so many cool people through it.
Yeah. Your work is amazing. I took a DU when I knew we were going to interview, because I wanted to see, you know, I mean, I've seen your work, obviously, because we worked together with one of Eileen's books, I think.
Yes, I did something for her,
Yeah, so I was, you know, I went on the hunt and looking, and oh my goodness. Your work just blew me away. She
gets lost in a rabbit hole when she searches.
I do.
That's the best thing I've heard all year.
Girl, you are a love of Halloween and a love of miniatures. And
yep, Lisa is Halloween all the way.
Oh my God, and miniatures. Yes. I used to do them too. They're amazing. Yep.
Oh, I love tiny things. I don't know what's wrong with me, but like something about the tiniest, I'm like, I need it. I have to have I have to make things that are tiny. And it's so fascinating and like fun and detailed. I use miniatures in I'll put them in my flower arrangements. I put them on my cakes. I put them in my
Yeah.
plants. Like, I love miniatures. So that's one
Yeah.
of the brands I work with, actually. I'm fortunate enough to actually work with miniatures.com as one of
Oh,
my
nice.
sponsor brands, and yeah, obsessed with their stuff.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
see?
telling
Yeah.
you, I'm telling you, I was having such a great time just looking at everything that you were doing, and I was
So
like,
Lisa
Thank
put
you.
a link in here
I
so you
did.
can check out Christie and her work. We
Yes.
definitely want you to do that. I mean,
Yeah, you guys check it out. I mean, gorgeous work. Oh my God.
Thank you.
she
Gorgeous.
does. And so when you first started, and I mean, we've all been there. We start and we're not sure, and you know, it helps to meet others that can help you. And it was nice that Oriental Trading liked your work well enough that they would work with you. Some companies won't do that. As we
Yeah, it was so lucky. And
Yeah.
it really was kind of the diving board into the other ones, because once you had, that kind of, weight
Yep.
under your
Exposure.
resume, like
Yep.
other brands were like, wait, I'm sorry, you work with who? And
Yeah.
so it did just evolve from there. And, Oriental Trading had built such a great creative team. Like, there were 30 of us nationwide who did styled content for them. And we would get together, like, we were called the Fun Squad. So we really also networked with each other. And then we continued also attending trade shows and conferences. And that
Oh,
network just
good.
continues to build. I started volunteering my services at some of the trade shows to help decorate or to be on
Mhm.
boards, to be on the, with CHA, I was on the design board as the hospitality chair for a while. And decorating at the conference that I had been so honored to go to a few years before. And now I was like styling it, and also helping brands with their trade show displays and their make and takes and their demonstrations, and
Right.
helping them choose, because that corporate background came into play. Once I started working with brands, they realized that I'm strategic and a trend forecaster and a person who can like see forward and help you plan or develop a product based on like what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So this has been, more saleable services, and it's I didn't even realize I could sell trends or like what I think is going to be cool for the next 2 years. I make a lot of money, and companies are making their buying decisions based on the reports that I provide. And if you look back at them over the years, I mean, they're just, I don't know how. I think it's because I'm immersed in the world of people who are at the base level of creating it, and by the
Mhm.
time it becomes cool at like Target or Hobby Lobby, it's
Yeah.
been 2 years, and we're already kind of on to the next ideas.
Yep.
So I'm just
Yep.
kind of telling them like what we're doing right now, and then it
Yeah.
becomes useful to them. So it's again, such a privilege and so much fun, and you know
It
just
is
a
amazing
really cool world to be in. You
because
guys know.
we have to
Yeah.
wear so many hats.
Yes.
I mean, it isn't like you just do trends. I mean, we do everything, and that actually makes a designer more valuable to a company
Right.
when they're able to do other things. Although when we first started doing things, it was like you did something and you were done with it, you'd pass it off. But now
Right.
it's like you do all of it,
We
And
talk about that a lot.
yeah, I mean, and
Yeah.
but it makes us all grow,
Yes.
right? And the networking, like you said, at the shows, that is so key
Yes.
to growing
Your
as a
business.
designer,
Yes.
but also as a company.
Absolutely. And helping those brands grow. Part of what I've done for some of them is create design teams based on curating people that I know would be a good match to that brand. So I'm very adept at not only securing the brand interest, but also picking the right people to enhance that campaign or that plan.
Mm-hmm.
And just kind of knowing just who and how to diversify that brand's product so that it's hitting new audiences, how it's cross-pollinating with things that it wouldn't normally, ever hit.
Yeah.
So they really like that, and I think it's been very effective. I've helped some brands, globally. Like, I've helped brands come to the U.S. market, and it's actually what I'm doing in Germany is I'm working with some of those brands that I've been with since about 2016. And now I'm like at the German show helping them out. So it's crazy full circle. And again, just like such a privilege and it's just a cool world to be in. Like I love this community.
But you get there from working hard. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, things don't just happen overnight. I mean, for very few, it does.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, you work hard, and I mean, it's hitting those deadlines with those manufacturers and being loyal to those manufacturers. And
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's
Reliable.
a lot
Reliable, consistent, authentic, having integrity. I don't work with brands that don't resonate with what I like to do. I would never just take an assignment because there was money. It has to fit into my criteria as well. And if it's not me, I'm happy to pass it along to someone who's a better fit. That makes me very trustworthy to a brand, which is, you know, in this day and age, it's hard to find people like that when you're a brand. There's a lot of people who make a lot of claims of what they're going to do, and then no.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it's that integrity. I mean, and once they know it, and that goes like once a brand knows that, they will share that with other brands.
yes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, whether you
They
know
do
those
talk.
brands
They
yet or not.
absolutely all, yes, they are they are a community as well.
Yes, definitely. So for those of you that are here live, and then hi Sandy and Bonnie, and for those of you that will be watching on the replay, Christie is going to be one of our instructors at BellaCon. So all of those instructors, it will be listed. I'll put a link on our Facebook page so everybody can find it. I'm just waiting for a couple more headshots that were due today. So then we'll have our whole list of instructors, which is like 16. Wow. So last year we had 8. So we are blessed to offer the event, and it's 4 days instead of 2.5. So we are excited about that. And Christie also has an event. Maybe she wants to talk about that.
I would love to talk about that. So this year, I'm getting to that age where I'm like, self, are you in alignment with your values? And as it turned out, I could have some work on that. I could put some like effort into that, you know, and work harder. So I really thought about like, what would I like to do that would have an impact in what matters to me a lot? And what matters to me is empowering other women, lifting other women, particularly in the art community, the design community, the craft community, because I see a lot of people women who are, I don't know what the right word is. They are lacking a little something that they have it. They just don't know they have it, you know? It's almost like they're at a point in life where they've raised their kids, they've had their marriage, you know, they're at this point where they're like, what am I about? Who am I? What matters to me? What about my dreams? And I'm like, let's pick those up. It's not over. You don't have to stop. You're not, you know, it's not too late. You're not good enough. Like everyone can start whenever they want. Yeah. And so what I did is I put together a conference, and I kept it, it's very small. It's only 100 tickets. There are still some left. We're doing this in Laguna Beach this summer in July, and it is the 17th to the 21st. It's called Society of Wildflowers. And the reason I chose that name is because I feel like we women are kind of like the wildflowers. You know, we are resilient. We thrive with little nourishment. We kind of pop up wherever we want to, even if you don't want us to. Just keep coming back. You can trample us. We're there, you know. And we're untraditionally beautiful in our own ways. And I want to celebrate that aspect of like everyone being exactly where they need to be and doing whatever they want to do. Like we can celebrate it and create what I like to focus on, which is radical self-acceptance. Like wherever you are, yes, perfect, good, it's great. There's nothing wrong with it. Don't apologize. Your website, whatever you did with it so far is exactly what you should have done. Your business, what your idea, like they're exactly what they should have been, and you should keep building on it and not ever like tell anyone that you're sorry or it's not there or it's not good enough, or there's just this apologeticness that I want to like squash out. So I built the coolest conference, and it's based in art and creativity, but also in mental and spiritual and physical wellness. So we've taken all of those and made one event. So we have about 40 different creative classes, and the intent of these classes is not to make a perfect project and not to learn a skill exactly. It's really to get to the base feeling of what does it feel like to just squish your hands into the clay and sculpt a body, or to pour paint with emotion, or to stab wool roving and get like your feelings out, or to paint your inner child and you're holding her. How do you deny her? Right? And the point of these is to connect like with your brain, the ability to think a different way than you were thinking, to identify a limiting belief or something in you, the messaging that you got, or like the reasons you think you can't, and like quash it through art, but also through Reiki, meditation, yoga, freeform intuitive dance, ceremonies, mental health professionals who are licensed and on staff and providing coaching and therapeutic guidance, values-aligned business leadership, intentional interior design, image consulting, and then I topped it off with ceremonies like sound baths, indigenous drum leadership ceremony, a flower mandala with fresh flowers and candles, and then I made a welcome party because I'm an event planner, and it's a wildflower themed party, wildflower drinks, wildflower everything, dinner, live music. So it's just a community of women with art and physical, mental, and spiritual wellness. And we're going to send them home, and their husbands are going to be a little upset with me, because the self-efficacy that's coming out of this is going to shift mindsets powerfully. And I just have never seen it done like this. I'm really excited to see what happens when we connect these meaningful things with this fun and this creativity.
Well, yeah, when you were explaining it to me, I was like, this will be special.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's intentionally kept to that size. So, it's the first time I'm doing it. I have done conferences, but never one of my own like that with this much. Like, this is my passion project. This is my gift to people. Like, this is what I can give. And my ability to immerse people and plan and bring together the brands, the demonstrators. We have fabulous demonstrators, and they ran at this with Yes Right Now energy. We have Kathy the Crafty Chica. We have Jennifer Perkins, Eileen Hull, Sizzix is a sponsor, Deco Art, Beacon, AdTech. Like, just it goes on and on. Like, it's so exciting, and I'm just so excited to see like what it does.
It is amazing when the brands are so on board with what we do.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, we would be nowhere without our sponsors.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The fact that they recognize that self-care and self-empowerment is this important, that they would provide all of the materials and funding to create this with me. I mean, it's an honor. It's terrifying. It's just, and also such a blessing. Like, I feel just so incredibly responsible for making sure that it goes off, without a hitch. And again, the people who've become involved in it these were my mentors. Deborah Quartermain is flying out from Canada to speak and teach at my event. I'm like, really? Like, she asked if she could. I didn't even ask her. I was like, I felt bad because I knew that was going to be a lot, but she asked me. And so, when things just click together like that, you know that it's right. And so I'm super encouraged, super excited, and yeah, it's coming together beautifully. So excited.
Yeah.
You're doing it at Laguna Beach.
Oh,
yes.
Laguna Beach is gorgeous.
That time
Gorgeous.
of year too. I very specifically
Yes.
chose that time of year because it is the pageant of the masters. It is the Sawdust Festival, the farmers market. The beach is gorgeous. It's warm.
Yes.
There's a free trolley that takes you all over. So it's really like a California vacation. And then I did optional outings to Disney and the pageant. So like people could add that on and really, put all the bells and whistles on their trip if they so choose. But they don't
Good.
have to.
So much fun. So
See?
much
I
fun.
mean, I think it's very important to have time with other creatives.
Yes.
And this sounds like it'd be perfect because it has everything,
Yeah,
Whereas,
it's made for that. It's a safe container where you can kind of leave your mom, your sister, your wife, your labels. You're not a business. You show up as like your name. We don't know those labels. You're there to figure out who you are without those labels because you
Right.
already are serving all those noble causes in your life. But what about you?
Yeah.
Right? What about reconnecting with what you want, what you think? What if you picked up the things you put down when you started taking care of everybody and everything else? Because as women, we nobly take
do.
on these roles, and then later it's like, well, it's too late for me to start a business, but it's not.
it's never too late. No.
You
Nope.
thought of it, you should go for it, and like
Yes.
we will inject you with the why and the how and the feeling of like, oh yeah, me, I matter.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I mean,
very excited for it.
I
people
love
should
that
never feel that.
I love that you are covering all of the bases
It felt
as
like I
women.
needed to provide a lot there because there's a lot of programs that offer this. There's a lot of coaching programs. There's a lot of
Yeah.
like, just love yourself or do this or learn this technique or learn this method. I don't know what will work for an individual. That's why we have a very vast offering and everyone chooses their schedule. So I don't know. One person's week will look different than someone else's based on what they
Right.
chose.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever resonates. I don't know what resonates for everyone. So I offered a little sampling of everything. And then those providers are available for more. If you find that's really your thing is water marbling, then I have got a lady for you. If the mental health support, ring your bell, like they take customers, the
Yeah.
Reiki, like any of it. There's ways to connect and like engage further afterward. We're just introducing everything and giving people, women, it's all women,
Right.
the time and space and the safety and the community of like-minded people so that you're immersed in it and then you kind of have no choice but to focus on yourself.
Right.
And
That's hard to do
It
for a lot
is.
of people,
in your
right?
daily life you don't get a chance, and that's why we never really get around to it. We're so busy.
Yep.
I'm like, well, what if I just took 4 or 5 days and we only thought about that?
Yeah.
But then what would happen?
Yeah.
I think amazing things would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it is really hard for people to, first of all, take the time
Yeah.
for themselves. I don't even care if it's just going out to get a pedicure.
Sure.
That may be 2 or 3 hours, but it's really hard.
Yes.
to
However, I do know a lot of these ladies like to go to creative conferences. They like to
Yeah.
go to these multi-day things where they craft and they meet people. The piece that I haven't seen is the mental health support and the physical wellness support and the nutrition and the like, why am I the way I am? What are
Yeah.
the things I heard growing up that stopped me today? And how do I unlock that and like squish it out so that I can move forward from it? Like, and how do I do that? A lot of people will tell you, you just need to love yourself. But what does that mean?
Exactly.
For everyone.
How?
Exactly.
This is how.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm taking them by the hand and just taking them on a path to like, this is how. If it's not one class, it might be another, but you're there for multiple days, you have support, and you have a community afterwards. So you have a membership in this society.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I feel like I've built something really beautiful, and I'm very like encouraged to see it kind of come to fruition and then build on it.
Yeah. It'll be amazing.
Thank you.
It
It'll
will.
be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if any of you are interested, Lisa did put links in here so you guys can
Did?
check it out.
Oh.
And we will be sharing it with our mailing list. So for those of you that want a direct link, we can do that too.
Yep.
And yeah, I think it's amazing because like BellaCon is definitely learning. It is more about
Yeah.
creativity, passion, and learning new things, you know.
Yeah,
So,
developing skills, right? And
Mhm.
finding an interest maybe. But yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I wanted to like add on to that a little bit and give it
Well,
like,
but this way you were able to find your own way of doing something, just like
yeah,
with BellaCon, because it was always in person.
yeah.
And last year it was virtual, but all the instructors were together. And that's what's different than any other conference I've been to too, where I
Yes.
brought all the teachers together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
It was
really
a group.
great.
And
Yeah,
people
it
like that.
Such an inspiring group too.
Yeah. So we did have a couple, we had lots of comments, but good
Yep.
evening, Isabel. It's wet and wild in Scotland.
It's
You're a bit
Scotland.
late. It's wet and wild. And I saw somebody
No
else said
worries, Isabel.
Illinois, it was wet. Here it's snowy.
Oh,
Snowy
geez.
and slushy.
oh.
It's always snowing in Minnesota.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's not. I did not have a white Christmas. Sandy said she's looking forward to seeing you at BellaCon, Christy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
David said, don't forget about men. Two out of the 5 Ranger ink brand designers are men. That might have to be a separate conference.
That will be.
See how
I
this
mean, it
goes.
came up with some of our other brands too. I think for this one, in order to create the feeling of safety and inclusivity for the women,
Yeah.
that
Yep.
was one of my requirements. I'm not anti-men. I love men.
We all do.
That'd be a great soundbite by itself, right?
Yeah.
No, but absolutely. I'm all for creating this in the future more inclusively to include not only men, but also maybe teens. I think this would be great for like
Yeah.
your 16 and up crowd of teens who would love to do something maybe with their parent or parents, or like a husband-wife thing. I think this can be applied in so many ways, going forward. Ooh,
I know. Lost you for a second.
Sorry.
For those of you that don't know, Christy is in Germany right now, waiting.
Yes.
She's going to be there for Creative World. Lori says it is blue skies in Oregon. The northeast of Scotland and Shetland had heavy snow last week. Oh, okay.
It's
all
freezing
right.
here. I can tell you that. Like, I'm glad we packed our long underwear because it looks beautiful and sunny, and then you go outside and you're like, I'm from California, and I
was going to say, you're a California girl.
I'm not built for this.
Anne makes fun of me all the time about that because I'll be complaining about, oh my gosh, it is so cold. And she's like, what is it, like 50?
I'm saying anything under 50, I'm just like,
Exactly. I'm a California girl. I don't do cold.
relative. We're used to 80. That's a big drop.
Rebecca said it's 80 in southern Florida. Rebecca, I was in Florida last week. It was not 80. I mean, one day it was maybe 72, which was beautiful, and I'll take it. But the next morning it was like 45.
Oh my.
And I was like, I might as well be home.
That is sub-zero to me.
Although I got to see my mom, so it was worth it. But yeah.
Yep,
Vanessa said snow in Wisconsin. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
No, it's crazy weather, but hopefully you stay warm in Germany. Are you
indoors
are you right next to where Creative World is? Because I know there's so many hotels.
So actually, we came a little early. So Creative World starts on the 27th. And so we came in this morning, and we are in Nuremberg right now, which is south So we're going to do a little sightseeing. We're enjoying, like, it's more countryside. So we're enjoying kind of that, you know,
Nice.
getting more of the German countryside, because Frankfurt is really like Los Angeles or Manhattan. It's very city,
Built.
very skyscraper,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
hustle bustle, fast traffic, modern, with a lot of like ancient buildings, which is fascinating to see how they've built
I love
modern around
the
ancient.
architecture.
I'll
Yes, I
be
do
sharing
too.
pictures on Ritzy parties. If you guys check my stories, I've already been posting like some images from just, you know, sites we've seen so far.
Oh, there we go.
But yeah, very excited to this convention center, 4 million square feet. I don't even know how to
Yeah.
process that information. That is so big.
See, yeah. Back in the day when CHA used to be huge, you couldn't see it in the 4 days.
Right. I think
Now you
that's
can
how
walk
this
it in a
is.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your ticket to Creative World also gets you into 2 other trade shows that are taking place simultaneously, and this happens every year.
Yep.
So it's also Christmas World and Ambiente, which is like an architecture and lifestyle and trend design. So I would expect that like your major designers for like all of your furniture stores, all of your hospitality, your hotels, I mean 155,000 people globally will come to this. And it's all of the shows. Creative World is actually the smallest faction of the
Right.
show. It's maybe like a 16th of the entire thing. And alone, it's 400,000 square feet.
And it's huge. Yeah.
It's huge on 2 floors.
My head would blow up before I even went half a day.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
what used to
excited.
happen
I like that
after-
feeling.
You know, after I would come back from, you know, a show, CHA, my husband would be going, "What is with you? Don't talk to me. My head is ready to explode. I've got all of these ideas, my creative juices." And he's like, "All right, we'll see you in a week."
New people, yes, people to talk to. I have to call people back. I have to remember who that was. Like,
Yes,
to go through all these business cards. Like, you know,
yes,
I'm ready.
all of the above.
Follow up is key.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah.
That is so much fun.
Yeah,
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
excited. And a lot of the brands who are the sponsors for my event, they're actually displaying at the show. So I look forward to seeing them there as well. Sizzix,
nice.
Art, Little Birdie, Notions Marketing is who I'm working with there. And brands, you know, Faber-Castell, Dixon Ticonderoga. I could go on and on. Like, it's if you just look at their website, like, it's a list.
Well, and most of the brands that we work with are there too.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the show to go to.
I agree. If you want me to say hi, send me a text. I'll put in word for you. Like, take pictures of their booth for you.
Yes.
Love that.
That is awesome. Well, we hope that you have a fabulous time. And I'm so glad that you took just a little bit of time out of your schedule for this.
It was my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And it's my honor to teach at your event for BellaCon. I'm so excited. Am I allowed to say what I'll be doing?
You can.
Guys, we're water marbling. We're water marbling. We're water marbling. It is so cool. Get ready to have a new latest addiction obsession, because insane coolness with the water marbling.
It is fabulous. And she will have kits available.
I sure will, with everything in them for treating the water, the special paper, the unique color paints from Deco Art, the little tools to do your cool stuff, and of course, all of this. Telling you how to do it and being ridiculous and probably making mistakes on camera, but you know, forgive me.
No, they are creative opportunities. Never mistakes.
Yes. Exactly. You know? I'm saying, even if you mess it up, you can still use the other parts of the paper.
you can always, it's just no mistakes.
Yeah. I love it because you do one design and you pick it up and then you're on to the next one. So like one day, no lie, my friend has a water marbling studio. I was there for 8 hours straight. I did not get up all day. I just marbled and marbled and marbled.
It is addicting and fun.
Yeah.
And there, I mean, okay, so you can use this
It's relaxing.
on pencil,
Yes.
on paper,
Yeah.
on shoes. I mean,
Pretty
you can
much
do this
anything.
on so
Yeah.
many.
Ceramic, wood, metal, plastic, paper, cloth.
Yeah.
You can make your own fabrics and then quilt with it. I made
No.
paper and I made paper crafts using Eileen's dye. I made my Valentines out of it and made little boxes with the water marbled paper. So like, you know, journal covers, jewelry. I've put it in resin and made jewelry out of it before.
See,
I've
yeah.
accidentally done my nails in it because the dipping,
Yeah.
like inevitably you end up with a marbled manicure. So yeah, it's a lot of fun and a
It's
very
unique.
inexpensive and low storage requirement, which I love. It doesn't take
Yeah.
up space. It's not messy. It's quick. It's easy
It's
cleanup. So,
odorless.
yes, and
Yeah.
very safe for the environment also.
That's
So I'm
important.
just like, this is hitting all of my, you know, another thing this year for me was sustainability for the planet, doing responsible crafts. I've kind of eliminated like a lot of my super microfine glitters and like, you know, I'm a lot more careful about my paper products and like reusing things. So yeah, this really fit. Again, I tried to really get in alignment with my values this year and do things that support what I care about.
Yay.
Amy,
saw
Amy
that.
wonders if it turned
saw
out
that
if it
with the-
turns out like shaving cream with acrylic. It is. It's very similar. Much
Oh.
cleaner though.
Much cleaner, more vibrant, and faster. And
Madeline,
less messy.
hey Madeline. She did stones, paper mache, wood, and more.
Yes.
Hi,
I've
Madeline.
done paper fans. If you look at my Instagram, oh, actually, it's for the conference. If you look at SOW Empowerment, there's a video in there of a fan that we dipped in the water. Oh my gosh. And
Oh,
everyone
very
gets
cool.
one in their swag bags. Like we're hand making them for every attendee. So and then you get to do it. So we'll have a full silk scarf opportunity there as well for people who wanted.
Nice.
Yeah.
Madeline said she also did shells. That
Oh
would be
yes,
beautiful.
we did shells and also the white like finger starfish that are very skinny.
Yes.
We've done those as well. What else did we did? Fabric, of course, paper. We did bark. I collected a bunch of bark over summer from Laguna Beach from the birch trees. They drop like these thick sheets of bark that's very pale. Oh my gosh. It's a whole art component. Like we marbled it and then I'm like, oh, what do? We can mosaic with it. We can put it in jewelry. We could collage with it. Like just
so many possibilities.
Yes.
But the marbling, it is addicting because I know I was just watching at the show one year, just like, yep, that is very, I mean, and I've done it with shaving cream and other ways, but yeah, it is very cool.
Yeah, I hope I put the right link in for it on Instagram.
It's SOW and the word empowerment. That's the Instagram account. And it has the picture of the wildflower woman head. So, you know, there's some good info in there and all the details. The website is there.
Yeah.
And
all right. So there it is, guys. I put the link in for you. So you'll be able to see it.
For all of you watching, we do a giveaway every single week. So like, share, and comment on this video. And you'll be entered for next week's giveaway. It'll be sponsored by us. When we do an interview, we usually just provide the giveaway.
Yes.
And Sandy cannot wait to learn about the marbling. Yes.
Oh, good.
It is. You will love it. It is so much fun.
Sandy loved Silicon. She was so excited about the new one.
And guys, that information, all the instructors will be up hopefully by Friday once I have all their information. And then next week, I will have more descriptions about the classes, and it will go out to everybody that was there last year first. It will be offered to them 24 hours before it's put out to our mailing list. So we want to make sure that those that were there last year have first dibs on.
That's going to sell out very fast. I know it. With more instructors and more days, like who wouldn't?
I know, right? I mean, it's going to be
such a great time last year. It was so much fun.
This year is going to be a little different because a few instructors are going to be teaching remote. They're not going to be with us, but I have Sarah Newman, who is in Germany, and she's going to be at Creative World. She wanted to teach, and I thought, well, if I open it up for her, I could open it up for a few more and have them do remote, which has worked out quite nicely. And you guys get so much more with that. But then starting Thursday night, all day Friday, Saturday, it's like it was last year.
Yeah.
It is an online event, Mary Beth. I will have information about Bellicon.
Yeah.
On our website on Friday. And I'll put it on Facebook so you guys can find it.
Oh, Sandy. I love that remark, Sandy. That was a cool comment.
Which one?
Sandy, she says, that's okay with me.
Wherever they're teaching.
Wherever they're teaching from, I'll be there.
Well, and the cool part about the event is you're able to take all of the classes. Whereas when we had it in person, you were limited. You could take a block of 4. You could add on 2 more. So you had 6 at the most. This way you get all of the classes, which is awesome.
Yes.
So we are excited, and we're excited for Christie's event. And we are so happy that you took time out. She flew in today, people. So she is not jet lagged, she told me. So,
not yet. It'll catch up probably right after this. I think the anticipation of knowing I had like an appointment tonight, I was like, okay, I'm fine. But maybe in an hour, I'm going to be like, okay, bye.
I know, right? I know.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We do have a winner from last week. Last week we did Gina K.
Yes.
And what is the prize, Lise?
$25 gift card.
$25 gift card for Gina's shop.
Yep.
And the winner, I don't know that I have seen her in here today.
I have not.
The winner is Leslie Mitchell Cradlin. I think I said that right.
Cradlin. That's how I would pronounce it. So congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Sandy, Germany is my time. It would be 8:46 p.m. So Pacific time, it would be 6:46 because you're 6 hours ahead.
From you, I'm 6 hours ahead.
Yeah. So 6 hours. So
wow.
You lost 6. You'll gain those on the way back.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's 9 from Orange County.
9.
It's a 9-hour difference. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Good. We slept on the flight, so I think that's why I kind of.
That does help.
Because we flew like overnight, which I mean, that's a pro travel tip. Like fly overnight so you don't pay for the first night of hotel.
Yeah.
Then you get there in the morning, right? And like you haven't wasted that day because you're like bright and early. We got here at like 9:15 this morning. I'm like, well, we got a full day.
And you can drop your bags off at the hotel and not check in till the room is ready.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
We took our time and it's been great. So I love that trick.
Great tip.
That is a good tip.
Love it.
Yes.
Well, you have an amazing time.
Thank you.
I can't wait to hear about it. I'll be watching
all the pictures. Yes.
Yeah. I'll be stalking
posting. Probably you guys will be sick of me. You'll be like, could you please stop with the Germany?
No, because there'll be coming from so many people I know. And when we go to a show. So
I'm saying if you're in this community and you love art and art materials and creativity, I feel like you probably can't get enough like me. So,
this is true.
Yeah.
See? That's what I say. That's what I say. Well, that's it for us then, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Christie, again. Ann and I appreciate you being here so very, very much.
We do.
Have a wonderful show. Safe travels.
Thank you.
And like we always say, every single week, take a little time to craft.
Because it's good for your soul.
Because it's good for your soul.
This is facts.
We'll see you all next week.
Yes.
Okay.